right, guys. This is Mark Joffe. He is a general contractor with Kai LLC, and he has told us an awful lot today about ADUs and what to know about the various types of extra space that you can add onto your property, whether it's a fancy shed or a truly custom structure that you're building from scratch, attached or detached. And let's do some highlights here, Mark. What I heard was the first thing you want to do is you want to ask yourself these two questions first. First, you want to find out, can I do this? Do I have the space legally to use up with the setbacks? And you can do that by calling planning and zoning. They can look up what you've already got, or you can call an architect. They also will know. And the second thing you need to ask yourself is, do I want an official formal ADU or not? You can build something that doesn't need to meet all the requirements of a dwelling unit if it's not meant for living in. And the difference there is going to be whether it has a full kitchen and a full bathroom. And so your standards might be a little bit more affordable or easier, I guess, if it's not official.
Yeah, that's a lot simpler if it's not official.
Okay.
And you're not putting in the full bathroom or the full kitchen.
The city wants density. We need housing units, they've been saying for quite some time, and they've already loosened up whether you don't need parking for an ADU right now. And they're supposedly going to make it easier to add dwelling units. But at this time, if you are building an ADU on your own property, they're only going to approve it if it's one of the units is owner occupied. We did have someone do a workaround where their family member was able to owner occupy it. Their kid went to BSU, so they built the ADU and got their kid in the house, and supposedly it was official. So there's always a will, where there's a will, there's a way. But if you're working in a historic district like Mark does, where he's doing a lot of high quality stuff, he's also running into a lot of extra hurdles. So noticing whether you're in any specific districts is going to be a real big factor in there. And so far, the real pros and cons that he went through, it sounds like just you get the most flexibility, customization, and everything you need by simply having someone like Mark come and build it from scratch on site. But there are other options to make it more affordable, like the pre-built walls and other things that Mark expects to becoming more competitive, I guess, specifically in Idaho as time goes on. Or you can sacrifice style and quality. There might be a greater cost differential for some of the, like, what was it? Not United Family Homes, but
Kid homes.
Yeah.
Idea box.
Yeah.
Yep.
So some of those will help you do it all right but they just might not have the same level of quality, and maybe you can save some money there. But when you're running your numbers and pricing that out, remember that 10% of the cost of these is typically for the slab and rough work.
10% of my cost is definitely the run work. So you're looking right now in the current market on a 500-ish to 700 square foot, $17,000 to $20,000 to set that slab and the rough work for the groundwork.
And then more money for the power and the plumbing to be connected.
You would need all the utilities, which is generally somewhere around $6,500 to $8,500, again, just depending what your style is.
Okay, so now we've added about 30 grand onto the cost. Okay, and then also the cost of transportation. So when you are looking at these more portable units, if you're comparing it to something that you might do stick built, just remember to make it apples to apples and add some money on for that. But the future is going smart homes, eco-friendly, multifunctional, and probably more prefabbed than it is right now. Those things will start to come ahead potentially in their cost benefits.
Very much so.
Especially as we increase density.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a great summary.
Thank you, AVID Investors. Thank you, everyone.